Hello everyone, it's Adam here. See myself here in the beautiful Opticoat finish. 2 years Opticoat, still really happy with it. Even the car is filthy right now. Let's get inside the car actually and talk about this for a second. So I recently received an email, or actually a YouTube comment, from a company called, well, I'm gonna guess it's Pin Alloy. Or Pinalloy? Probably Pinalloy. Let's turn it around here so we can talk a bit more face to face. That's better. So Pinalloy messaged me. I've seen their products before, and they fall into a category of flair. So mods that don't really have any practical enhancement to the car other than looks. And in my experience, most of those kind of products devalue the look of the car. They make it look worse. It's kind of like fake rust for some reason on older cars. So I declined their invite for me to review some of their stuff on this channel, and I wanted to explain that a bit more. And one of the main products that I didn't like about their site, and this is a word of advice for any of you, is the paddle shifters. So if you look here on my car, let's see if we can get a underneath view here. So these are the shifters right here, the paddle shifters. And if you look underneath, you can see there's actually a screw that holds these in. Kids, you can't see it. But it's a pin. It's actually, what you're doing is you're actually removing the stock shifter that comes on the Golf R GTI, and you're replacing it with this. This is the S2T paddle shifters. And you'll notice that when you push on these, they will, this actually will put stress on it by pulling it right at the edge here. You really should kind of pull in the middle. It's kind of hard to show you guys exactly what's happening here, but basically this is all one piece, right? Now what Pinalloy is selling is stick-ons. They have 3M adhesive in the very center of the stock. The top and bottom is plastic, aluminum, titanium, whatever they want to sell you. And then it sticks onto the stock shifters. Now, I would highly encourage you guys to avoid using these if you regularly use these, especially if you use these in a dynamic, more sporty racing setting, because every time you click here, not only are you pulling against the bottom adhesive that's on the very bottom of the back of the steering column here, steering wheel, but you're also run a risk of actually breaking the entire back of the shifter completely. And I know that sounds crazy, but if you look on MK7 golf forums, people that have done stick-ons, a few guys have actually had to replace the entire DSG assembly that's behind here, which is basically the cost of like a brand new steering wheel. It's like $400, just because you wanted to save $100 on shifters. So that's one of the areas I found some weakness. They're selling things like carbon fiber inserts for here, for the side trim here, for the piano black trim this way, carbon fiber that goes like in here. They also have like Golf R emblems that are carbon fiber, all kinds of crazy like carbon fiber things. I don't dispute that they're selling you real carbon fiber, but the crazy part about what they're trying to sell you is not, it's a looks thing. Real carbon fiber, if you buy a McLaren 675 LT and you spend an extra 30 to 40 grand adding carbon fiber, you're going to save 15 to 30 kilograms of weight off the car, and you're getting the appearance. They're actually replacing a piece of plastic like this with real carbon fiber. What Pinalloy is selling you is a sticker. It may be carbon fiber, but it's adhesive backed and it goes over your current plastic pieces in your car. So you're actually raising the height of each accessory. So when you grab your steering column here, or your shifter to shift, this is going to be wider now that you've put carbon fiber stickies on both sides. You'll have a bit of, even with a well-placed hand, you're going to have a little bit of, not peeling, but the raised kind of texture here. So when you go over this, it won't be smooth, it'll be kind of jagged. And then you've added weight to your car, you haven't reduced weight. And I've always argued, like, there's the guys that'll spend like $1,000 on a carbon fiber hood, and they claim it saves like 15 pounds of weight or 10 pounds of weight. I would rather spend $500 on like 2 years of a gym membership and lose weight than to spend $1,000 on a hood. but I'm a fat guy, so I understand, like, if you're a super skinny dude, that's fine if you want to save the weight that way. But, for my quarter mile times, I'd rather get like a guy that says of a jockey to run my car, and pay him $100 for the day, and then spend like 40 grand on the, GT2 RS YSAC package that saves 30 kilograms of weight. But that's not even what these guys are achieving. Pinalloy is just selling you stickers that look like carbon fiber. Even if they are carbon fiber, it's not going to be the same. And I find those kind of mods ridiculous. And what's hilarious about the contrast here is in my reputation on the VW sites is the guy that does every mod to his car. But I'm not doing mods I do mods that I think look nice, but they take something away to add to it. They remove something and put something in its place. They don't sticky something over something to make it look nicer than it really is, which in turn actually makes it look shittier. I think if you were to buy everything with Pinalloy's website, you would basically be PT Cruisering your Golf R. And I really recommend you guys don't do that unless that's what you're looking for. I mean, for example, I'll give you a great example. A year ago, a company approached me about doing a stick-on carbon fiber spoiler / diffuser thing on the back of my Golf R, and I said no. Now, if they want to sell me a spoiler replacement for my car, which has a little bit of air inlets to reduce drag or increase downforce, whichever one that they claim it's going to do, and I'll go to the track and I'll stick it on, and then I'll do a couple runs and see if it made a huge difference, which I doubt it makes any difference, even in a drag strip setting. I would do that. I would replace the spoiler of this car in the name of possible performance, maybe a little bit of weight savings if I wasn't going to have to pay for it or if I got it for half off. But if you're putting a stick-on carbon fiber thing onto your vehicle's metal, all you're doing is adding weight. And I don't think on these cars, those little tiny things are going to increase your quarter mile time, maybe your track time, maybe over the course of a whole Nürburgring, you'll shave 0.10 seconds. But that's just my opinion. So you won't see those kind of mods on this channel at all. So I declined Pinalloy's request. I looked up Pinalloy. It looks like I think Zed for Me did a few videos with them, and almost all those modifications didn't appeal to me at all. I mean, it's not even like adding mud flaps where I could see it's kind of protecting your paint. Even though this isn't a rally car, I guess mud flaps have a practical use. The only thing I get shit for on my channel is the stuff like the Layo knobs here, which I think actually feel nice. They added weight, but they feel really good. So I'm really happy with these. But if you look closely, you'll see because of the piano black trim and how it's designed. Let's see if we can find the right angle here. It's absolutely, that may be my own fingers, but you can see here we've got some. Let's see if we can turn on no. Can't get it. But I was going to basically show you guys how much scratches there are. But this is from my fingers. It's not from these guys. But the piano black trim itself is pretty scuffed up in certain light. I like these. I also get a lot of shit for my my blinged out oil filter housing, which is stainless steel from ECS. Or maybe it's USP. I like it. It looks cool. It doesn't add any weight. It doesn't make the oil cool down faster or diffuse heat faster. It doesn't do any of that. I don't think my steering wheel wrap looks very good. If you look on the back of it, you've got all kinds of shit here hanging out. But day to day, I love how this steering wheel feels. I love the thickness of it. I really like how I can now I can actually take this and I can scratch this up with my fingernail like I was with the stock steering wheel. But when I go to sell the car 20 years from now, I can take this off and the steering wheel underneath it will look brand new. I like that. This is one of my most controversial videos, and I've got 50,000 views on the steering wheel wrap, and half of the votes are down votes. So there's like 500 up votes and like 500 down votes. That's cool. That's fine to be controversial, but day to day, I definitely notice an improvement with this, even though this is, in fact, putting something over something else and adding weight, but it actually benefits my driving experience, just like this does. In the case of the oil filter, that removed weight and put weight back on. So it's a net zero sort of gain there. It just, it looks nice, but I also think there's a possibility it might cool down the oil. Who knows? So I think those kind of things have their place. I just think what Pinalloy is doing is selling, kind of a ricer lifestyle. And this car was $38,500. It doesn't look like it, but it was. And if it doesn't help my day-to-day driving, and it doesn't make the car perform better, then the chances are that I won't be doing the mod. You know, the mirror caps, it's a net zero gain. It's an OEM part. I can take it off and sell it whenever I'm done with the car. Not a huge deal. I guess you're kind of getting the point here of what I'm about. So companies like Pin Alloy, there's really no need to message me about doing that kind of stuff. Performance related stuff, I'm interested. Just know that if it doesn't lead to a performance gain, I'm going to post a video about here's where it doesn't improve things, here where it even subtracts things. That's that. So just want to mention that for a second. Thanks for watching, I guess. I think that's all for really Golf R stuff. I have a kind of thoughts video on, like, you know, future Golf R things, but for now it's kind of in the early stages. I'm gonna wait till I really get into winter before I decide what's going on with the Golf. Heather and I are aggressively looking at lease options on other cars that we can use for our commuting to and from work car. We're looking at like $130 a month with zero do-it signing on a 1.4 TSI Jetta, which would receive no modifications or changes, except I would be doing the own maintenance. So there'd be a couple maintenance videos, and we would lease that for 3 years at 10,000 miles and just carpool to and from work with it and keep our $36,000 Sport Wagon and our $38,000 Golf R. Those would stay obviously at home unless we were doing things like I do, where I do the drag strip and that kind of thing. So we're looking at adding a car to the stable, but not deleting our cars, of course. Yeah, I think that's it though. Thanks for watching. You know, one thing I actually want to do, and if one of you guys is watching that has one of these or knows someone that has one of these, I want to get one of the HomeLink mirrors. I don't like how thick this is. I don't like how big the bezel is in this guy. I want to get a HomeLink mirror that works with the rain sensing wipers and the automatic high headlights, because I think the HomeLink mirrors are gorgeous. I think they're 220 bucks. It's not on my budget right now, but I want to get one in the next 6 months and install it and show you guys how to do it. I think they really look nice. It's been on my shopping cart on ShopDAP for probably a year now, and I haven't grabbed it yet. So something to keep in mind there. Yeah, that's pretty much it for Golf R improvements. The car's dirty, obviously. My detailer told me not to come see him until after winter is over next year, so we're gonna hold off on seeing him. That's the thing too. Someone approached me about getting like a whole replacement for this thing that's carbon fiber. I'm like, that sounds like a terrible idea. It would be kind of like this kind of texture, but like, I want to see screen and buttons. I don't want the white and black here to be contrasting with white and black here, but some guys are doing it, so more power to them. I think I'm probably rambling now, but for the most part, the car's performing really well. I might have a boost leak I need to diagnose. As you guys that saw the video on the DV replacements, that was like 120 bucks for the DV out the window because it didn't help me at all. I drive the car probably 50 miles a week. The Golf R gets driven 50 miles a week unless I go to the drag strip, but yeah, 50 miles a week is nothing compared to the bike, which I got a month ago that already has 3,000 miles on it. I do transport and move around and, you know, get around a lot, but I want to put the miles on the bike and not on this car, because this car is, to me, it's worth a lot more. The longevity of it's worth a lot more. I'll sell the bike in 5 years, but the car I want to keep for decades. So yeah, that's all I got for you guys today. So thanks so much for watching. Sorry for the rambling, but and I'm sorry to Pin Alloy for not. I did respond to you guys, but I just don't have any interest in reviewing stickers that devalue my car. All right, have a nice day, guys, and happy Monday.